Your looks, your money, your lifestyle can all be taken away in a fraction of a second. Do not get caught up in how you look. Do not get caught up in how much money you make. Do not get caught up in your titles because it can be snatched away. I knew a girl who, years ago, who went to church with us, and she was a very pretty girl, right? But she was not caught up in her looks, but she was walking home from work one night, and there was a guy that threw acid in her face, right? He threw acid, and they think that it was her ex-boyfriend, but anyway, he threw acid in her face, completely disfigured her face where she couldn't even open her eyes up anymore. They had to surgically close her eyes where she couldn't open them anymore. And her child, I remember her daughter, who was probably around 4 years old, that was extremely scared of her mother at that time because of the way her face looked. And I remember just recently, it was a woman I was talking to, right? And she was educated. She was an educator, and she worked in the school system, and she had a master's degree. And of course, I didn't have any of that. And we had met, and we had started talking. And I think this woman really thought that she was this high up person. She was very pretty, right? And she thought that she was this very high up person with her education, with her title, with the kind of money she was making. And I remember one day she texted me and said, Greg, I don't want to talk anymore. I don't think that you and I are compatible. But I knew that she thought she was better than me, right? And so here's what happened. Probably about 7 months later, I get a call from this same woman. And she's talking in a low voice, and I could tell it was her because my caller ID showed up. It was her, and I was thinking to myself, man, why would she be calling me? Because the woman told me she didn't want to talk to me no more, right? So she calls me and she tells me, Greg, in a real low voice, I had a stroke. And I can't even breathe on my own. I got a breathing machine, and I have these real bad nerve pains, and I can't work anymore. And she was trying to talk to me, and all I could think of is, now you want to talk to me because you're disabled now. But when I tried to talk to you before, I wasn't good enough for you. And what I'm telling people is, man, don't get caught up in your title. Don't get caught up in your degree. And I can tell you, this was this woman's issue. She was caught up in all that she had. Now all that she had means nothing to her. Her health is the most important thing. And then she's had to circle back around and try to talk to the same guy that she said I wasn't compatible with her. And of course, I let her know that, I'm sorry about what you're going through, but I didn't have any conversation for her because before she got sick, she was this very conceited woman who thought that she was all that, and she had this education. And I'm telling y'all, do not get caught up in how you look, and do not, because a lot of people, a lot of women, including men, but a lot of women will dismiss a man if they think that he's not compatible educationally wise, if he's not compatible with his money. And you can be compatible in every other way with this person, but because you don't have the finances, or you don't have the title, or the type of job they might like, they don't like you. But she didn't want me at first, but then when she got sick, she turned back around and she wanted to talk to me. Don't y'all be that same way. If you see somebody in your life, man, that's compatible with you, forget about your education, forget about how much money you make, how much money he make. Y'all make it work.